Ladies and gents, we are taking a look at an exotic that I don't see enough hunters using. You see, whenever I ask a hunter main, I go, hey, what do you think of this exotic or that exotic? They go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Did you say stompies? Because if you're not saying stompies, the hell with you, man, which is kind of sad. You see, I've played on a class before where an exotic dominated every single build we try to make, aka one-eye mass, and I just want to let some of my other hunters know that there are options out there, okay? If you're addicted to stompies, seek help. I can help you by showing you a better exotic, and that is Khepri Sting. Now, Khepri Sting in Sandbox 2.8.0 got a bump there in all of its smoke damage by 150%. Sounds like a lot, which it is. So much so that we decided to full dive back into this exotic and take a look at it. So first up on Khepri, the exotic perk Touch of Venom. Punching someone with full melee energy will instantly cast your smoke bomb. Simultaneously, though, you gain true sight while you are in your own smoke bomb effect. And the additional, your smoke bomb deals increased damage due to the change in the sandbox. Fellas, let's talk about it. So first up, I didn't think much about the smoke at first. I was like, all right, let's just see how much we're doing in terms of melee damage. Decided to go over there and melee less, and he dies. He dies in one punch or knife stab, whatever. Now, this isn't for everyone. Les here is rocking 1 resilience. Matter of fact, when we actually break the numbers down, we have 3 numbers that actually pop up. The melee damage, which is actually 100. Smoke impact or detonation from the smoke of 12 damage. Smoke damage itself of 40 damage. And then 7 ticks of 5 damage apiece. This actually results in a whopping 187 damage being done here. Now, for the most part, not everybody's rocking 1 resilience. This isn't going to kill everyone, but they're pretty dang close. Now, I was quite impressed with this, but I started noticing that there was some weird damage numbers jumping out at us. More so when you hit multiple targets at once. I hit Les here right next to Distant, and lo and behold, it just started doing some random crap and killed them both. Now, I don't know how to replicate this. I tried it a bunch. It's just random. Just know that Khepri Sting on the Spectral class, utilizing that corrosive smoke, is doing a hell of a lot of damage. Now, notice that the 150% damage buff that was included in the patch notes stated that all smoke got that buff. Not just here from Khepri Sting and the melee discharge, but just throwing the smoke itself. So if I actually took a smoke bomb on middle tree with corrosive, threw it at an opponent, the stick damage is a whopping 10 with an impact of 8, a smoke of 40, and a damage over time of 5 over 7 ticks for a total of 93 damage. Not that impressive? I guess the selling point to this smoke, or just about any smoke, is of course it disorients your enemies, right? But how many of us have been killed even when we throw a smoke directly on our enemy's face? Lo and behold, though, if you're rocking Khepri, your enemy won't even have time to shoot you, as the damage goes up in every aspect here. So first up, some weird funkiness was happening here, more noticeably on middle tree. When I would actually throw the smoke, it would do like a stick damage of 15 times 3. Yes, 3 little 15s would pop up, which is quite a bit. I mean, that's like more than smoke damage by itself without Khepri, just the smoke damage. Then it does like a detonation impact damage of 12, just 4 more than what we saw with the previous number values. A smoke damage of 61, a damage over time of 8 damage per tick for 7 ticks, for a whopping 174 damage. Fellas, you're not going to be able to kill people in one smoke, but my God, you're close. Literally breathe on them with any weapon in the game. The smallest of sidearms, just the sweetest little hand cannon you got in your hands, it will finish him off. You don't need nothing meaty. Now, granted, you're not always going to be able to land a sticky grenade perfectly on an opponent. Maybe you can. I'm not a hunter main. I suck at it. But if you're rocking something like Gambler's Dodge, you throw a smoke into an enemy, him and his teammates are on top of each other, bumping into each other, distributing the smoke damage against each other. You then proceed to Ole yourself out of the situation and then throw another smoke bomb. Boom. It's a good chance you're going to kill them all from a simple smoke. We're not even wombo comboing. We're not throwing grenades. This is just smoking all on its own. And fellas, I can confirm, smoking kills. So is Khepri Sting an exotic you should be using in this sandbox? Absolutely. Not even getting into the benefits of True Sight, which are so beneficial in every game type, but especially in elimination or trials. I don't know why I don't see more hunters using Khepri's inside of trials. You literally get wall hacks. You can see where the flank is coming from. You throw the smoke on top of yourself, and voila, you know what the layout of the enemy is in front of you. And I really think it's because you're addicted to stompies. I know the movement is nice. Okay, I get it. I take off Doom Marchers on the Titan class. I feel a little exposed. But at the same time, when I reach my hand into the gauntlets of Ashen Wake, I feel alive. Why? Because it gives me easy, cheesy kills with my grenades. And I'm offering you another pair of gauntlets on the Hunter class that can give you the same easy, oozing cheesy, man. Now, as far as the subclass that obviously pair best here, if you're just looking to get the most damage out of your smoke, as well as the melee, Corrosive Smoke on Middle Tree, Night Stalker is definitely the way to go. Now, I did combine this with a couple other things. I tried Top Tree with Keen Scout, Snare Bomb. I would actually use Vanishing Step a crap ton because invisibility, especially on PC, is extremely annoying. As like the high frame rates makes you even more invisible. Yeah, I know, right? Crazy. It actually does. But I'd throw the bomb down and then proceed to shoot it. It would give me the layout of the enemy that's trying to push me. And look, I just killed them. I mean, they probably thought I was wall hacking. I don't know. But it was just like, bam, bam. They don't even know, bro. I don't even main this class. But if you're really trying to utilize that true sight neutral game and also be a good teammate, I think Bottom Tree Night Stalker is probably the way to go. You get that Vanishing Smoke, which allows you and your teammates to become annoyingly invisible. And you grant everyone Heart of the Pack, which gives them extra weapon haste, increased mobility, recovery, resilience. So if you are somebody that's like, I need stompies because I like to move fast. Look. Rock this subclass with Khepri. Pop a smoke on yourself. You get increase all these benefits and you're invisible. To me, though, this subclass seemed to work extremely well. Now, something bizarre happened while I was using Khepri's on this subclass, and I'm not sure if this is the case for the other subclass. Somebody else had thrown a smoke bomb in my direction. I think it was actually a snare bomb, and then it detonated because there's like a time detonation. It granted me true sight. It wasn't my own smoke bomb. It was their smoke bomb. I haven't got to actually test this, but my current theory is that your friends and your allies and their smoke bomb grants you true sight when rocking Khepri Sting. Do you understand how broken this sounds? So let's just give it a scenario. 3 hunters walk into trials. They're all rocking Khepri Sting. They're all rocking Heart of the Pack and Bottom Tree Night Stalker. They're throwing smokes on each other to give themselves invisibility, true sight, etc. And if they're actually able to activate true sight with each other's smokes, they can actually always have wall hacks throughout an entire round. You can drive that strength cooldown pretty significantly. What is it, like 28 seconds, 30 seconds? I can't remember off the top of my head. Actually, I'm looking at it right now. 37 seconds. 37 seconds at tier 10 melee ability cooldown to essentially just run around everywhere, give yourself true sight whenever you want, invisibility whenever you want, extra weapon haste, recovery, resilience, all that Gucci stuff. You proceed to kill people that are jumping behind walls. They yell. They're like, oh my God, he's cheating, but you're not because you're just using the game to wall hack, and that's a thing. And now you got your strategy, fellas. That's your strategy. Khepri Sting, Hunter class. This could be extremely deadly. Now, if you are going to be rocking Bottom Tree, understand you have arguably the weakest super in the game. One of the weakest. I think it's pretty awful. Target acquisition with the bow is just not good, man. But that's okay because the neutral game makes up for it. If you still want to play it safe and you just want to smoke, they can pretty much one bang any opponent if you impact stick them. Middle Tree with Spectral Blades is still the way to go. Still got abilities like True Sight, one of the best supers as well. It's a no-brainer. The only thing that it requires you to do is to put the stompies down and give Khepri a try. So fellas, that is Khepri Sting in this sandbox. I feel like I may have called it Khepri's Horn throughout this review. I don't know. Every time I say Khepri, I never know if I say Sting or Horn afterwards. Just know we're talking about Khepri Sting, the gauntlets. Khepri's Horn is still butt cheeks. Or is it? Now, I know we didn't talk about PvE players much. This 150% buff, yes, it affects the damage, not only in PvP, but also in PvE. The damage is just not significant enough. And on top of that, the damage over time doesn't necessarily increase with 1-2 punch. Matter of fact, the damage that I saw didn't increase at all. Even the smoke damage itself, not even counting the damage over time, it was still like somewhere around like 1400. So just know, if you are looking to rock a melee build inside of PvE, you're much better just using Liar's Handshake. Even though this is a very nice buff of 150%, it's still not enough to make this a go-to option for PvE. Plus wall hacks. Like, who needs wall hacks for PvE? I mean, maybe a Vandal's trying to get a flank on you and you gotta react quickly. Oh my God. No, I'm just messing. But for real though, you don't need wall hacks for PvE. So guys, that is our review there for Khepri. It is much better in this sandbox. It is definitely worth using, especially in PvP. It's got some oozy cheesy potential that I'll be utilizing next weekend in trials. You're dang right, fellas. I'm gonna load up a hunter squad and we're gonna wall hack back our way to victory. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.